Film club.
This is a little different for Film Club, but Andy and I are going to take a crack at the top 10 music videos, entirely our personal taste. Off the bat, let's emphasize this, entirely our top 10 personal music videos. 5 for me and 5 for Andy.
There is. Do you want me to start off, as I normally do?
Go for it. Give us your number 5.
So there's one that everyone knows if you watch the charts or watch any sort of music. Jim requires virtual insanity. Jonathan Glazer, who actually directed Under the Skin, Scarlett Johansson, I believe.
Yeah.
Moving floor. So the whole concept of this is JK is in a room with what seems to be furniture moving, the walls moving, stuff bleeding, a crow that comes out. I believe that the chassis of the room that he's in has got a camera that's static on the wall, and it's the floor that moves across the floor. And there is how and then people move it around. And I can't remember if they had it automated or they had people around it, but I've read there's many articles of this online. It's a fantastic music video. Everyone knows it. Everyone remembers it.
So the camera's moving or the room's moving?
I believe the room where the camera is attached to is
just
moving.
Like, tilt the room.
Well, it doesn't tilt, but it moves like kind of not only like forward, left, and right, but it kind of rotates. You see the sofa kind of doing a little rotation. Brilliant music video. Everyone knows it, and it'd be a shame not to include that on the list.
I think that's an excellent choice. Mine's a bit more old, so I'm going right back to the beginning. Ooh. My first music video is Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues.
Okay.
Now, Andy, you know I'm a Bob Dylan fan. And Subterranean Homesick Blues often comes up when people talk about the origins of music videos. It's considered...
Is it silent?
So it's not silent. This would play at the beginning of the 1965 Dylan documentary. And this is about his England tour. So it's shot by D.A. Pennebaker.
Okay.
And a lot of people credit it with being the first music video. There's no channels for it at the time. Some people go to the theatre to see, and you'd see this little short music video before the actual documentary started.
That's really cool.
So it's incredible. If anyone wants to go see it, please go check out the whole thing. Very classic in that it's showing lyrics, very lyric heavy, very lyric emphasizing, but like also with little sort of cheeky jokes in there where he's purposely getting things wrong in the lyrics to make like sort of poke fun at himself. Very simple, very charming. Would later go on to influence basically the entire generation of like lyric videos that we have today.
Interesting. I never knew that it stemmed as far back as that for everything. Cool. So to continue my trend of 90s based music video classics, I'm going with Fatboy Slim's Praise You, directed by Spike Jonze, who did many other videos, including Tenacious D's Wonderboy, Da Funk by Daft Punk, and many others where they're going down the New York street.
Yeah, I love that one. It's incredible.
I mean, that was like kind of shortlisted as well. What's brilliant about this video is you have a fictionalized dance group that are doing in front of the theatre. Everyone's looking around going, what the hell are these guys doing? It's terrible. It's 60s. They look like 60s, 70s dancing with those massive jam jar gigs and everything. And that's Spike Jonze. Did you know that?
Yeah, that he's in the video.
He's
absolutely
doing it. So what's wonderful about this is when Rockefeller Skank, Funk Soul Brother, when that came out, he wanted to do the video for it. He didn't quite get it. I only found this out the other day. He didn't quite get it. So he sent like a little demo to Fatboy Slim. I can't remember the guy's bloke's proper name. I should do. And he came back and was like, oh, that's amazing. I want to commission you for Praise You. Guess how much the video cost for Praise You? $800.
What?
Rumored.
No.
Yeah. To do a video, that iconic $800. It's a testament to Spike Jonze and his ability to do music videos. Spike Jonze is the reason we did this session, in fact. So that's my fourth pick.
Amazing. Other end of the spectrum for me. So directed by Nathan Corona. This is by a band, Andy, that you are definitely familiar with. I'm not sure how much you've watched the music video. This is Listener's Wooden Heart.
I love this video.
This is on this list for one simple reason. Cinematography.
Yeah, I thought that would be it. It's stunning.
Everyone that knows me knows that I'm a very visual person, and I love cinematography. I love photography. I love lighting. This is a beautiful beautiful music video, and more importantly, it's a beautiful music video shot by like one guy, a couple of people. This isn't the sort of big production we're talking about. We're not talking about a big elaborate music video. We're talking about somebody that's really went out there with a camera, understood lighting and had fun with it, and in a very sort of indie filmmaker way, which is the sort of stuff that I adore. I'm not a fan of huge production music videos. This is the sort of stuff that I love.
And for anyone who's not listened or heard of Listener, please give them a listen, for lack of a better word. They are truly amazing artists.
Absolutely.
Wonderful people as well.
So go on, give us your number 3, Andy.
So number 3 is Aphex Twin's On, stop motion animation done by Jarvis Cocker, believe it or not, who did the music for Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like, I don't think he directs often, and Martin Wallace as well. 1993, I should say. So again, continuing the 90s trend of music videos. As I said, stop motion. It's just a wonderful video. I remember mentioning this to you and saying, have a look at this. I mean, I love my stop motion. I love Wallace and Gromit and everything like that, Chicken Run. And just to see this video and see everything come together and the way that it synchronizes with the music, I actually, uni, this is one of our inspirations our lecturers gave us, music tech, and he said, like, look what you can do with so little. And you've just got a beach, and you've got the guy in the diving suit coming up, and you just got this wonderful, everything's got like a theme to it. Every little aspect and tingle of Aphex Twin's song has got this own kind of like theme that comes back and forth and into itself and out itself. And it's just a stunning music video. I know that you, this is one of your influences that you we've spoken about this before as a lecturer. This is something that you provide forward and say, like, look what you can do.
I do, unfortunately, force this upon my students. Yes. No, it's an excellent choice. Like, it really is. I think it's incredible. And actually, what you said there about doing a lot with very little is something that I will come back to in one of my picks. So, for my number 3, I've gone with a video produced by Brian Perkins and Damien Kulash by a group that many people on the internet will know. It's OK Go. This particular video is for This Too Shall Pass. This is a very elaborate, large-scale Rube Goldberg machine.
It's so good.
For those who don't know what Rube Goldberg machine, it's a very complicated machine designed to do something very simple. In the case of this particular Rube Goldberg machine, it starts off with, I think it is the movement of a little toy car that smacks into some dominoes. And then from there, things grow to the scale of like eventually a full-size car. There's sort of CRTs getting smashed. Eventually the guys get sort of like thrown around the place. One of the things that made me love this music video.
They're all in it, aren't they? They keep singing throughout it.
They are in it. And there's an incredible, if you like this music video, you have to watch this. There's an incredible TED Talk on it from the creators where they talk about the challenges that OK Go brought them. They said, this complex Rube Goldberg machine, they wanted it to play parts of the song. So there's a moment where the song drops out and like I think it's spoons hit glasses to sort of make the track. They want it to be in it. It's all got to be in one take as well, remember? Because you could shoot this and most people would like to shoot this as multiple like angles. It's all one take. I do think it's stitched together. I have to remind myself
about this, isn't it?
And I think it's so charming. Obviously, OK Go made it big with Here It Goes.
Yeah.
And I think for me, this is one that I just absolutely love going back to every time because it's the story of how it was made that makes me like love this.
I'll have to watch that TED Talk. But they're a fantastic band. Number 2 for me is 1999. Again, continuing the trend of the 90s. Olives Full of Love by Bjork. Directed by Chris Cunningham, who has done an awful lot of work. Actually, he's worked with Aphex Twin quite a lot, with Window Licker and Come to Daddy. He is a creepy, and also Rubber Johnny, creepy but wonderful filmmaker that just seems to know how to get that particular theme that the artist wants. Now, what's really interesting about All Is Full of Love? You've seen the music video before where it's Bjork as a robot, they're being assembled and there's kissing involved.
Yeah.
CGI, yeah.
Okay.
1999.
Yeah.
So that is one of the we watched CGI films in 1999 and it doesn't really hold up well. I watched this on the weekend just whilst like researching for this. It holds up remarkably well. And I think for Bjork, who's quite out there in terms of an artist, and she, her music goes from her going down the street screaming as her songs to something as emotionally resonant as this, and to have such a kind of a song that is, for me, it's everything's always full of love. You've got a wonderful like music behind it. You've got like the kind of guitar-y sound. I forget what the name of the instrument is. And then to have something so mechanical in nature and yet so organic to the feel of the production, I think it's wonderful. I think Chris Cunningham is such an underrated director when it comes to music videos.
He is definitely somebody I'm going to have to check out more of, because when you say the name, you sort of pulling those references. I know bits of it, but it's not someone I've dove into the work of. So I think after this, I definitely want to check out some really good stuff. My number 2 is a music video that I'm pretty sure you're not familiar with. This is from TS&R, who produced the video. And it's a video for a song called Lydia, from a group called Highly Suspect. The reason that this video is so high on my list and absolutely falls into my top 5 music videos, This is, again, the thought about production behind it. This is about 4 minutes long, and the whole music video plays out with a girl underwater,
Oh yeah.
tied up. And as this music video sort of creeps on, the feeling of absolute anxiety that creeps in as this person struggles underwater. Now, there isn't anything clever being done here with like sort of slipping her oxygen. The whole thing's done in one take. So what they did was they got a lady called Marina Kazanakova, who at one point, I'm not sure if she still does, she held the world record for being able to hold her breath underwater.
Wow.
So they took her to a pool, actually tied her up in a safe way. Obviously, there's a lot of precaution that goes into doing a sort of a stunt like this.
Yeah.
There's nothing more anxiety inducing than watching this tick by second, and you know you are watching an actual human actually tied up underwater. And at one point, obviously, part of the performance is she starts to sort of struggle and kick. And the fact that camera never cuts makes this whole thing feel like this massive tension build. I love it.
It's a wonderful. I've got to commend you for actually having that for me to reference as well, like in person. I really appreciate that because that video is anxiety driven, as you mentioned. So my number one is to go away from my 90s trend of music videos. It's actually something that was come out in 2014, something you introduced me to, something you've mentioned already. Again, we go down the route of OK Go because OK Go produce music videos. That's their kind of, not gimmick as a band because they do it so well. This is I Won't Let You Down. And it's actually directed by the frontman, Damien Kulash, as well as Kazukai Seki. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced that. This video starts off with them on kind of Segway kind of devices, which is a Honda Unicub. Honda actually funded this, you know? So they went around and was like, oh, we saw this and we saw this bar with these robots going on. That would be really cool if we did a video like that. As you can see this video going about, it's like, oh yeah, they're just singing on this thing. You know, I can be programmed these machines like a drone. The drone's filming as well, by the way.
Yeah.
And they come out, and then suddenly you have more people. And then you have more people, and then umbrellas are involved. And then you start zooming out, and this drone getting higher. It eventually gets to the clouds, and then you have more umbrellas, more people, and you have this incredible choreography that by the end of the video is what like a bit 8-bit, 16-bit sort of thing of not only the words OK Go, not only a heart, but the letters of OK Go, the lyrics I Won't Let You Down, and then the faces of the band. This is one of we talk about production, the best produced music videos I've ever seen. And I remember when I was making this list and I was thinking, oh, I love the video. Would it make the top? And I watched it again on the weekend and I just turned my partner. I went, that to me is the best music video I've ever seen because I'm gobsmacked how they managed to achieve that. And they did it apparently by double time. So they actually slowed down the song by 50% so they could actually work the movements. Because I was looking at those umbrellas going up and down thinking, how the hell did they not make mistakes here? It's just it's a remarkable piece of art. Of art.
I genuinely think we could have filled this entire list with OK Go music videos.
It's stunning.
If you love experimental, interesting, elaborate music videos, you have to check out all of OK Go's sort of
writings on the walls. One of them. There's one where they're doing a rally can and they actually make the song going through it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to figure out which one it is, but I love the one where they're in the park, and it's a stop motion of them going through the park. It's like a time lapse of it.
Yeah,
and they spend a couple of nights there and stuff like just the amount of
fantastic.
The amount of interesting music videos they've made is fantastic, and I think that the best thing about it is that they are so all like they're
unique, aren't they?
Well, they're always involved. Like a lot of artists are not involved in their own music video production. OK Go are from the absolute outset involved in like getting to know the people behind the camera and sort of collaborating with them.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
So last one for me. The top of my list is created by a guy called Wade Shotter.
Okay.
And this is from Ankle Injuries, Fujiya and Miyagi. Andy, have you ever seen this music video before?
No, maybe. Have I?
I have a feeling you haven't seen this before. And this is the absolute opposite of what we were talking about with OK Go.
Okay.
Whereas OK Go nailed that huge production and how absolutely astounding it is.
It's dice.
This is made with a bunch of 6-sided dice on a table.
The quality of this is incredible.
And as this goes on, and you sit there and you think about all the combinations of not only the dice being used as pixels, basically,
Yeah, yeah.
but also the combinations of turning the sides to create density, mixed with sometimes using more dice, sometimes using less dice. And this is the sort of skill where I think you could put me in a room with dice for 1,000 years. I wouldn't be able to get a
No.
fraction of what this person was able to achieve. This is a tiny, tiny production. It's just nothing but one guy and
Really?
some dice. And that is it. And I love that through this you have different varieties of animation. Some of them are quite like small abstract ones with only a couple of dots being used.
Yeah, like Pong. Yeah.
And then other ones are almost like not ray traced, almost like vertebrae of like drawing over what looks like video where they've tried to make the dice match a video element.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of it's highly detailed, some of it's not so detailed. And I sit there every time I watch this with my jaw just on the floor because it's one of those things that is so close to achievable. You know, everyone can afford a pack of dice.
Yeah.
Everyone can afford a little bit of space. And yet it is so vastly out of reach for me to ever achieve something like this in my own creation process.
I find that the beauty of art, really, because then you discover stuff that you might not necessarily do yourself, but you can fully appreciate, which is art in itself, really. But you show me a few videos throughout the session that I've never seen, and I, just like you with Chris Cunningham, I'm going to go back and not only watch them, but watch more of their work. That's stunning.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are our top 10 combined, I guess top 5 music videos. Please, absolutely, in the comments, you have to let us know what yours are. There are so many interesting, unique, different music videos that we didn't touch on. Please share them in the comments below.
And it's a different medium, isn't it? So you have a short amount of time to produce something that is not only potentially thematic to the song, the lyrics, but also got like the actual artist, the music artist vision, but that of the director as well, which I quite like. It's quite a concise way of producing a very short version of art.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of the most mass consumed forms of experimental video production.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
love it for that. So we will be back to regularly scheduled film club next week. But until then, get watching.
Cheers all.